Guys, we will start timer at 7:28. Really?
Well, on
You
that
mean
note, anyway.
7:38? I think he means 7:38.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7:38.
Well, on that
Okay.
note, welcome back to GC Sports Channel. My name is Tuber, and I'll be your commentator for this evening. We are at Chicagoland for the second half of the C Group doubleheaders. It's the Sliders' turn to take the center stage. We had 27 drivers qualify for the race this evening, including your pole sitter JCR. JWoww is back to JCR duo in for the second time this season in the slider side. And that's really only part order I could tell you at the moment. We'll figure that out as we go. I could tell you. And
I like that name.
at the moment, we'll figure that out. Thank you. Anyways, looking at the points, we have Tiller in the lead with a 24-point lead over Shizass, Wasted, and Dank Booty Flakes. Followed by Old Johnny Boy, Bad For You Racing, Tennessee Titan, Travesty, Guardian, Blaney, our Noggle, Dirt Dog, and Pro 75. That is your playoff field. At about 104 points difference between first and 12th. And 4 points off the cut line is Brian, followed by Hellraiser, Denkate, Tolson, Light 903. And then there's a drop off from there, and then a couple of guys who don't show up often, but when they do, they definitely have speed. We have guys like BS14 Cars, and as previously mentioned, the JCR duo of Clashin and JWoww is back, your pole sitter for this evening. Anyways, looking at the race ahead, 25% distance. It's going to look, so that's about 67 laps, and the most important thing is what you're going to do in terms of strategy. This could be a one-stop within the rules of 5 laps of saving, but will you drop too much time to drivers that go all out and take a second stop in this race? It worked out for the fuel saving in the first race where Palm Coaster won the custom race, but with the sliders being exponentially harder to save without being able to touch gear ratios and things like that, I think this race could definitely more favor the two-stop.
Yeah. I would say that because you get 31 laps of fuel and you get, and it's 67 laps, so that's only 34 or 64 laps, so you got to save 31 laps of fuel. I did that adding wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize. So that's 62 laps.
So you would have to save about 2.5 per run, or 3 one run, 2 to another run. It's going to be difficult to do either way.
Which was hard to do in the other one too, but Palm Coaster did it.
Yeah, granted, he definitely had help from being able to draft and use gear ratios and stuff, but you're going to have to back off so much. I do not see saving coming into effect. I think we're just going to have a hard two-stop race between arguably some of the fastest drivers in the league that have recently joined or joined back. So, yeah, I think this will be a fun one. If you're wondering who the second voice in the booth is, it is Mr. Denkate himself. He'll be the in-race reporter for this evening.
Howdy, y'all. And you can join.
All right. While we're loading in, I'll take a look at the comment.
Oh, it's just me says first.
Oh. Okay. So, as always, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more NASCAR Heat 5 league race in action here. We are racing Sunday through Thursday with a whole bunch of different drivers and rule sets that will keep the viewing interesting. I definitely messed up that sentence.
That's okay.
Uh, so we got our first look at the beautiful Chicagoland Superspeedway as JCRJ Wow Indy 24 with the 14 of Bad For You, the 99 of Light, and the 18 of Like Mike. Someone we did not mention in the pre-race. As their green flag racing, JCRJ Wow is underway into a early lead here as the front four are all single file while there's some more jockeying going on in the back. Now Bad For You takes the inside away from JWoww. Now the inside lane is definitely preferred here, but you could get a nice run around the outside. I don't know if you want to be out there on the opening lap though, and JWoww also washes up the track and he'll end up battling for third, maybe even here. He'll just barely get it in the line. Holy, meanwhile the jockeying back for position going wild. The 20 as there's 3 wide BS cars to the inside of that. As we look now, Wasted right in front of him, second in points. The points leader and Hellraiser now 3 wide between those two, and Tennessee Titan on the outside. As the battle in the mid-pack absolutely incredible at the moment. Tennessee Titan and Hellraiser trying to hold around the outside. Meanwhile, 21, that's Dank, I believe. Yes, it is. He's also looking for spots. They're all racing hard in that mid-pack area. And there's clashing right behind Dank. He's started way further in the back than I would have expected him to be, but here we are. Meanwhile, real quickly zoom back up front where Bad For You is still trying to hold off the 24, while Light, now in the 99, has a good chance at third. And Guardian is jockeying in the top 5. Started 5th. He is now looking to grab 4th away from Like Mike. Meanwhile, I believe that is Tiller in the 6, side by side with Robbie Racing. Is he Aussie or English? I forget.
He is from the UK.
All right, he's British. All right, the British man on the outside there. Meanwhile, Bad For You Racing now clear the rest of the field. No one side by side with him as he'll take another lap lead. Light. Now he ducks it to the inside. Does he have room? No, he does not. Bad For You covers it off, but now Light tries to get to the inside. He won't be able to, but they are just side by side throughout this entire pack right here. And now Light gets to the inside of Bad For You. So potential lead change coming up right here. As we dive down to turn 3, Light dives in harder. Bad For You trying to hold around the outside. Can he get the run out the corner? No, he cannot. And now he'll be stuck on the outside for a bit as that inside freight train begins to take shape. And there's a nice run from Bad For You around the outside. Just doesn't really have space. Now Guardian looked like he was looking for 3 wide for a moment. Won't get there, and now he'll get to the inside, maybe. No, he does not get there. Bad For You tries to get around the outside, just doesn't have enough momentum to get past the, well, really get even close to passing the 99. Guardian, now he's going to try to use the high side to his advantage with Light in the grass. Oh, they're going to contact. Light in the apron, cars everywhere. 3 wide, multiple areas. The rest of the field's catching up. Absolute chaos has happened. Down as they now head back into turn number 3. Light's now got a bit of distance, and now P2 is the 11, I believe. That is a Trout. And Waste has worked his way all the way up to the front. And now just look at that pack of cars behind them. Holy. About 20 cars under a blanket right there. A Trout now in the bumper of Light as he'll look maybe to the outside. Not really going to make a move. Now he dives it to the inside. Can't get the stick, and now he'll slide up, and Dank will actually get P2 from him. So the risk and the reward playing out between the 11's decision there. And we'll have a new P2 and Dank. As Dank still side by side for second. Now Bad For You is going to try to get his spots back. Can't really get it to work. A-Trout's holding it really nicely around the outside. You can get the outside lane to work here. You just got to be really good at running it and really aggressive while running it. And Dank's in the grass. He's held it. But he'll have to drop back to the end of this pack. Might have been a bit of a block, and now he'll have to duck to the apron.
Yeah. Woo. We got a car on the back. Hellraiser.
Hellraiser, that's the points leader.
He got involved in something.
Hellraiser, oh wow, he's towards the back of this field now, right about...
He's in 24th.
Yeah, something definitely must have happened there. Meanwhile, looking back out front, the Chaos has situated itself after Dank ended up in the grass. Bad For You will now drop to third as Guardian makes a move for the spot again. And it's actually now A-Trout in the lead. 99 couldn't hold his position. And A-Trout looking very fast at the moment. Yeah, as he seemed to got a bit of a gap even. As Tiller battling for third, trying to block Like Mike in the 18, but he will not be able to. And now it'll be a P3 for the 18 car. As now there's a bit of 3-wide action out for 4. Lights to the inside of Tiller just about, but I don't think he'll stay there. No, he won't. As now we'll get a look at A-Trout and Guardian. And Like Mike, the top 3, they're all... Guardian's definitely going to try to make a move here when they get together. But the 3 of them are just trying to drag the rest of the field. And this is incredible. You still have got to be a 15 plus in this pack. Stretched out within like 3 seconds, I'd have to say. Maybe 4, but absolutely impressive, the closeness of this field. As there's Guardian, he's going to make a move here. Does he have the inside there? No, he does not. Now he's going to be a bit slower in the corner trying to get there. So he'll have to wait and reload his move. And that might give him, like Mike, an opportunity to go for P2, but I think he's just going to stay back for now. As the top 3 look like they could pull away if they stay single file here. Although Tiller and everyone else is also trying to stay in the draft at this point. And also Guardians going to stay behind A-Trout right now. But yeah, I don't know if Tiller in P4 has enough speed to drag the rest of the field back up to the top 3 at the moment. Well, I say the rest of the field, it's probably more like most of the top 10 back up to the top 3. As we'll go with our first on board of the evening with the Guardian as he tries to work on the leader. Let's off pretty early. He's going to have a bit of a run, but looks like he's a bit higher on the exit. Now you see he gets the draft, and does he dive it here? No, he does not. I think he does have opportunity to dive it here, but he might just be trying to stay behind. Especially as battles continue in that second group. Robbie Racing, as there's Wasted now underneath the 62 of BS for a spot, and Robbie Racing will follow. And up as I moved away, Guardian makes a move for the lead, and off the wall, Guardian's in the infield. Holds on to it, but he'll lose a tremendous amount of time and be dragged back to... Well, he'll only lose 1 spot. Incredible save from him, actually.
Nice.
As now he'll have to try to use Bad For You and Wasted and try to drag his way back up to the front too, as now Trout and Like Mike in the Gibbs Toyotas are 1-2. And he's getting no help behind as there's a huge battle between the second pack. Wasted gets around Bad For You. Tiller's dropped a couple spots after getting I guess, blocked by Guardian in 3 and 4, trying to recover his car. And Robbie Racing is now just trying to figure out where he's going to slide in all this mess. It has... The battle still continues. Robbie Racing side by side for 5th. He won't get there. Now he'll be side by side for 6th with Tiller. Now as we look back at the front 3, Guardian has reeled in those top 2 without really any help from anyone else. That is actually very impressive. He seems to be one of the fastest cars in this field at the moment.
We might have a car out. There's a car sitting in the pits.
Alright. That looks to be clashing. The JCR driver out early with some difficulties, whether those are technical or mental difficulties. Anyways, back to the racing. As like Mike, now he looks like he's going to make a move, doesn't. As now Guardian, it looks like a lot of people are going to signal in the pit here. I believe Guardian and a couple others in that second pack are going down. There goes the 16.
Way too early to be pitting.
As well as the 6 and the 99 and the 21. So, what lap are we on?
Tell you in a second. Coming up the start-finish line now. We have 45 laps left.
45 to go. So, this easily could be just trying to split the race in thirds for those drivers, and they're immediately just disregarding any fuel-safe strat whatsoever.
Yeah.
As that would be about 20 or so laps ran, so that would be split in the thirds.
And Nick has got some lag going on. I don't know if that's because he's broadcasting his too.
I don't know. Could be.
I saw a bit of a lag spike when I got near him.
As the racing continues here, HL and like Mike, they're just 1-2. No one's really having to defend or attack here. As some of the cars still heading off the pit road at the moment. As that's a light, who I think being down that long, he might have sped. And Tank's also in the same boat, I believe. They were down there for quite a while. We will see when we come back out of the cycle, I suppose. But at the moment, it looks like it's Mike and A-Trout. The dominant 2 cars at the moment. Meanwhile, we'll look at Guardian as he tries to make his way through some lap traffic. Well, I guess he's the lap traffic. He tries to make his way through traffic as he's on the fresh tires at this point. And you have the second pack that's currently at 4 cars, was bigger before pit stop started, and a couple guys went down. Robbie Racing third in line in that. JWoww, Bad For You, and Wasted, and BS cars a bit off by about a second and a half at that point, and he's probably just going to continue to drop with no one to help him. Tennessee Titan for life. He is he's probably outside the top 10, I would have to say. Taylor, he was one of the cars that went down pit road. Hellraiser, he went down pit road, plus he's had the incident. And I believe some more in that second pack are going down. I believe Bad For You is definitely one of them. As that, yep, he is the only one to drop down from that second pack at that moment. So he'll relinquish his spot for now. Now JWoww trying to either use the 21 to draft or get around him. One of the two. Wasted and Robbie racing right behind him. Bit of a battle potentially brewing between Travesty and Tennessee Titan for life. But meanwhile, as we look back up towards the front, it's still like Mike and A-Trout with still a fairly large gap to the rest of the field that has yet to pit. Now, I will say, I wonder how that's going to leave Guardian in all this. As Brian spun.
Guardian already pitted.
I know. I'm saying when they all come back around, as A-Trout did pit. A-Trout, the provisional leader before he went down, is now down pit road.
The 18 is now the leader.
Yep. And he is signaling this lap he is going to come in this time.
Ooh, Dirt Dog just spun coming off the pit road.
That is the 66 around. And just about everyone that has yet to pit on the lead lap coming down this lap. Mike wasted Robbie racing. JWoww came down at some point before. As now, I think we'll go and look back at some of the guys that have already pitted and see who comes out in front. I believe the Guardian might be in that conversation.
Well, I'll let you know when I come out.
He's around like Mike.
It's a long pit road, though.
It definitely is. It's probably one of the longest for a mile and a half. I think Kentucky might have the edge over it, but definitely a long pit road here. So, which could make penalties even that more costly, as you're just losing more time at that point.
Yeah.
So, who is our leader at the moment?
The 16 is the leader.
That is the Guardian. He is well clear of anyone else. So the pitch strategy working there to split into thirds. He's now looking to lap some people. Meanwhile, like Mike is still P2, Tiller P3, and I believe A-Trout has had a massive screw up on pit road in some way, shape, or form. He is way back behind Bad For You and Light. And we thought Light had sped, so it could be all three of them have sped at some point in this cycle. Which is very unfortunate, as A-Trout had sliced his way through the field to get up to where he was. Now the Guardian trying to use draft, and we'll see if he's able to stay in front of like Mike on the older tires here. As this field is fairly spread out at this point, I'd have to say. I think the main battle is going to be going on right here between the speeders of A-Trout, Bad For You, and Light. A-Trout being the latest one to pay, he's probably just going to be dragging these guys around. Wasted trying to run down JWoww with Robbie racing behind him. That's going to be third through fifth. Sorry, fourth through sixth, as third is actually Tiller, who is getting extreme pressure from JWoww, and it's actually now been passed as the sixth car on the way older tires. As there's like Mike, he has gained a hefty amount on Guardian, as we'll go on board with him, as he's only got the 00, and then It is him in the 16, and it is race on at that point. Like Mike around D00. And yeah, he's just getting a whole bunch of runs. Even with the draft, Guardian can't really do nothing. Like Mike doesn't have any room as Hellraiser occupies the outside there. And now Hellraiser becomes the lap car anyway. But they will go side by side. I think Mike will get him this corner, and then I think he'll have to formulate a move from there. JWoww also P3 has been gaining on this with Mike not being able to capitalize early. And that was the contact between Mike and Hellraiser. But now Mike is clear, and now he'll set up a move. Faster car out of the two, definitely, but... And yep, he'll just take that inside, hold the line better, and we're going to have a new leader. It's Like Mike once again out front. JWoww has absolutely reeled these guys in, however. The pole sitter for this race. Now he's currently behind Hellraiser. And we'll probably try to get around him here, and he will. But now, in this draft, he has to get around Guardian, the slower car. We'll see if he gets around him, and then by that point, he has to still be in contact with Mike to really have a chance at him. Meanwhile, P4, another battle between Wasted and Robbie Racing, as your top five is within about 2 seconds. As we are probably about halfway through, I would have to imagine, or at least close to it.
I'll tell you in a second, because I'm still on the lead lap.
Somehow.
As long as I keep that 18 behind me. Yeah, I know, somehow. I'll agree with you. 27 laps to go.
Alright, so we are past halfway. We're in the final stretch of the race now. All these guys are going to still have to make one more pit stop. No one's really saving at this point, as we had suspected no one would. And now this is where it's very interesting. JWoww, he'll have draft help. Can he use the draft to run down Like Mike here? As Waste is now P4, he's gone around lap traffic. Robbie Racing's getting around lap traffic as we speak and has gotten around it. Taylor's just trying to hold on P6 a bit off the pace, but I think he'll take another very solid point stay.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, as the points leader. It's not really had too much competition. If Wasted has a huge run towards the end of the race, he could make up some ground, but that's all the scenarios I could really see from top guys, as Dank has issues. As Like Mike is down pit road first.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Dank. Sorry, Dank. Did he go around? Yes, he did.
Yep, he is definitely around. He's just going to wait for people to go by.
I even let up. Oh. That's my bad.
Meanwhile, back out front, Like Mike pitted first. JWoww P2. It's Wasted, Guardian, and Robbie Racing. That's the top four at the moment. Like Mike's probably provisional somewhere in that top five. Probably P1 when we head out. And now Guardian will be the next one to go.
And 24 is the leader.
I could have figured that one out with my eyes closed. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just joking, man.
Yeah, cars are going down pit road now.
Yep, Guardian has gone down. JWoww is still electing to stay out here. I think that'll be a matter of when he wants pins, if he'll have enough time to run back down people that are pitting early, like Mike. Wasted and Racing also, Robbie Racing also in that same situation. Meanwhile, just to peek back at some of the other drivers in this race, A-Trout, the 88, who I believe is Tolson. No, that is...
I think that's Pro 75.
I think you would be right. Yes, it is. Pro 75. And then Bad For You in 41, who's plays official. There's a battle going on. Meanwhile, JWoww still out on the track, and same with Wasted and Robbie Racing.
So I know what happened when I hit Dank. I let off, hit the apron, and it bounced up.
Yeah, that's something you've definitely got to be wary for here.
Yeah, because I almost took out another car by mistake. And that's what happened.
Maybe we should just like keep you away from the apron.
I'm trying. The only way I can pass is on the inside.
That's the only way just about anyone can pass here. Unless you're a wheelman like me.
I'm trying.
JWoww still out in front as Wasted actually ran him down the past couple of laps. I think looks like Wasted does have the better long run car, but that's not going to matter in this last run, which is probably only going to be about 15 laps or so for these guys. I think this easily could be coming down to pit entries and how well you execute that. Light 903 is either already pitted a second time or he is... Well, actually, he probably has. I doubt he would have ran those guys down just by himself like that. As Robbie Racing is the first to duck out from the top three. He'll end up behind the 99, and he will get a clean entrance to pit road. Tolson down with him in the 12. First time we've mentioned the 12 car tonight. Looking at Mike, he is way clear of Guardian. Actually, Guardian's back towards A-Trout even at this point, I believe. And so, that's JWoww. He's at an absolute slide. Entering pit road. I have no clue if he's made it cleanly or not. He was sideways entering.
Oh, no.
If he's somehow made this work without speed, and that will be absolutely incredible from a wheelman perspective. Also, I do believe that the 21 of Dank is now out. That is P3 in points out of the race.
I swear I did not mean it.
And now Wasted down as the final member. So now we look back towards the 18, see how far ahead he is.
The 17 is, or the 77 is the leader.
77, that's Titan. As well, look at this, because there's also a nice battle going on behind. Well, never mind, one person's going out pit road. But, so, 77 your leader at the moment. Most of the field's pitted twice. I still believe that Titan has only pitted once, if I recall correctly. Now,
I would have to agree with you there. 13 laps to go.
now I still remember Guardian regained the lead with about 40 or so to go. So I don't know if Titan really has enough to make it here.
I cracked the top 5. If he's a 77.
Yep, he is. I think if he goes down, like Mike's got this race wrapped up. I don't think JWoww. I think JWoww did speed on that pit entrance. Understandably, his car was just about sideways, but Guardian's nowhere close to him either. So, and they pitted right around the same lap or so. So this easily could be either test tight on fuel mileage or like Mike on domination. And we're just ticking down the laps, seeing if the 77 can hold on to this at the moment. The broadcast screen is laggy.
Oh no.
Hopefully this issue resolves itself, but there is a thunderstorm in the area where I am commentating this from, so that's probably why. And there is the 77 signaling down the pit. And I believe that's going to be it for any sort of chance of being the 18 at this point. Unless there's someone else I have yet to see.
I don't know.
So now we just look at the 18 just having a Sunday cruise in the middle of nowhere. Well, I guess Tolson's back there. And he's about 3 seconds off in lap traffic, but...
Guess who the leader is?
Who would it be?
Me! I'm the leader.
Are you good?
I'm not gonna... No. No, I am not good. I am far from good, but I am leading a lap. Woohoo!
All right.
I have yet to lead a lap this season. I am now leading a lap.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Now, time to pit and end up finishing like 15th or so.
6 laps to go.
Who is the rest of the top 5 then?
Like Mike.
So, once you head down to LBD 18, now we'll assume the lead, I would suspect.
Yeah. Woohoo! I didn't speed. Let's go.
And now we have, I believe, 5 to go. With no one around this 18 for about a country mile. Play the pitch.
Come on, come on. Get me out, get me out, get me out. Let's go. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, this would freak me out, man. Come on, come on. Are you kidding me? Go in first and I dropped at 19th.
Welcome to pitting.
And I did like a 2-tire stop. Should have just took gas. There's only 5 laps left. I should have just took gas.
Meanwhile, it's still like Mike out up front. Don't know if the 11 is racing him or not, actually. If the 11's made a comeback in this race, and that'll be something to behold. Robbie
Getting
Racing.
to watch a race I am supposed to be winning RN is fun.
Well, that is quite
I was,
unfortunate there.
well, yeah, because now I'm a lap down. I don't know how the heck I was a lap down.
I was talking to the stream.
I know. I'm kidding.
Ah, just winding down the laps here. Like Mike's still out in front. Yeah, as the concession rolls on.
If I'm correct, 2 laps to go.
All right. As there's Mike. I don't know if the 11
Nope.
is.
Yeah, it said 1 more lap to go, so I don't know.
And now, him and the 11 are battling hard.
Also, Denkate is Oscar Mayer weenie.
Oh boy. Has there been a pass for the lead?
18 is the leader.
All right, he's still
18 is the winner.
All right, 18 will win. Robbie Racing will wrap up P2. Guardian actually lagged out of the race, unfortunately, or has something.
No, Guardian on here shows he came in third, and then Chitaz Wasted, Tennessee Titan for life in fifth, Blaney in sixth, Low Bow Tie seventh in his debut, Travesty, and I'll tell you in a second because I'll get you your pictures. Oops.
Alrighty. Low bow tie. I mean, we haven't mentioned him all race, but him getting a top 10 is quite something there.
Come on.
And the 18 immediately celebrates by leaving the lobby. Fun times there. All right.
Ah! I didn't get the last bit. Oh, man.
All right, so
Yeah.
I think we'll get your top 20 here at least.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah,
like Mike's.
top 20.
Yep. All right, while I'm running down, may you invite Like Mike, Robbie Racing, and The Guardian into the chats for interviews.
Yep. You got her.
Alrighty. So, P1, Like Mike, he is your race winner with a great strategy play, winning over Robbie Racing by under a second towards the end, there at the end.
Oh, what?
That is actually quite surprising. Guardian P3, Wasted P4, Titan P5, Blaney P6, Low Bowtie P7, Travesty P8, Old Johnny Boy P9, Bad For You P10, 11 BS cars, 12th White, 13th Plays Official, 14th Tiller, 15th Tolson, 16th Trout, 17th Pro 75, 18th JWoww with that absolutely costly speeding penalty, 19th Mr. Denkate himself, and 20th Arnoggle.
So I got Robbie in. Oh my god, I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. I'm looking for. I don't have like Mike. So let's see the picture. There we go. Like. I'm working on Mike. I just gotta find him. Like Mike.
Meanwhile, as a completely unrelated note to the race or anything having to do with it, my friends are crazy.
Really?
Yes. Alright, has
I've got like Mike, and now we're going to look for the Guardian, and I know I have him.
Make sure you got Robbie as well.
Yeah, he was the first one.
Is he in here?
Not yet.
All right.
There we go. Not too bad. Nope.
Nope, we're just trying to get everything set up here. So you could sit tight for a moment here. Interviews.
Interviews.
You're good, you're good. Well, anyways.
Well, Robbie Racing's got a league race.
All right, well, well, we'll wish him luck on that, and maybe we'll get some random dude to get a written interview later. I don't know. Anyways, we'll look at P3 as Mr. the Guardian sits there once again. I believe you had a podium last week in C Sliders as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I finished second last week, I believe.
Right, and then
So,
you also
yes.
won your custom race earlier this week, so you've just been on an absolute tear here in GC.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I've just gotten lucky. Like, I failed to mention at Indy that I had Private Patton behind me, and he was really being really courteous with me, and a lot of guys were being courteous with me tonight too. I had Hellraiser out there helping me, and yeah, I've just been in the right place at the right time, thankfully.
Yeah, definitely. As you worked another top 3 tonight. You were the first one to pit on that first stop, and it looked like it almost backfired, even as the rest of the pack had caught you. What was your thinking like there, where you're just trying to split into thirds, and the old tires just didn't hold up, or what?
Yeah, that was the plan all along, is that we were going to split it up into thirds, and in the middle of that second run, after we pit the first time, I kept looking in my mirror, and the guys that had pit more recently were just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I honestly thought that, and I was in a draft too, and I thought that I would honestly be able to maybe hold them off, at least somewhat run with them, but they just blew by me like I was sitting still, so that made us kind of rethink our strategy a little bit, maybe extend that second run maybe 4 or 5 laps a little longer. But then I can't remember who the leader was at that time, but I saw the leader pit a few laps before our planned pit stop, and that kind of made us start thinking a little bit more. So we ended up still splitting it into thirds. And looking back, I mean, obviously, hindsight's 2020. Looking back, probably could have extended it a little bit more. It's just, I don't know, tires were so critical tonight. I don't know if it's just the sliders or what. I don't remember the custom race being that way. Just that. I mean, tires were so important tonight, and I don't remember it being that way in the custom side. But yeah, we probably could have extended it a little bit more, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I will say sliders. Tires are definitely important. Just the way you drive the track is, the less grip you have in them, the more you have to stay out. And at a track where on fresh tires you could be nearly full out, even on sliders, that it's important to have. It's important what tires can do. So definitely, I mean, strategy might not have been there, but I mean, at least you were getting on the pit road like unlike about half the field. It seemed like that race. Just about you looked around, and about 3 more guys were speeding down pit road. So
Yeah, my buddy Tiller, him and I were doing really well. Kind of picking our way through the field, and I was really, having him knowing that he would be right behind me, at least have some sort of a draft when I came off pit road that last time. I was looking forward to that, and then he was speeding, so that was a bummer for him. But yeah, really happy to run third. And I didn't even realize Robbie was on the lead lap there. I probably would have tried to block him a little bit more had I known he was on the lead lap. He came out of nowhere because he had fresh tires, and he just kept gaining on me and gaining on me. So still able to get a podium though, and I'm happy with that.
yeah, Robbie is fast. If he had help, he would have.
would have gotten to the front.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He passed me on the last lap, but even through the last corner, he gained 5 or 6 car lengths on me, so he was definitely coming. We were gaining on the leader. If I had another 5 laps, I think I could have ran the 18 down. But yeah, it was a fun race for sure.
Definitely, because I got the lead for like 5 laps.
All right. Thank you, Guardian.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Congrats.
broadcasting. Appreciate it.
Yep. Good job on another podium. As now we will turn over to our race winner, Mr. Like Mike. Do you have a copy? We are good, and you are definitely good out on the track. That is for sure. Just being able to pull so far now in front that the early stop there at the end doesn't matter in the end, and you get the win. So just take me to just your entire race. Just what were you thinking? As there was definitely a lot going on there.
Hold that thought for a second. Hold that thought for a second. Do you have your voice set to always allow? Yes. Sorry. Sorry, like Mike. Hold your share button down. And then you go to your chat audio. No. Go to party screen. And then go to party settings. And then just look and see if it's clicked to always allow for your voice to be shared. Just because I heard you talking and I was checking to make sure that your voice was on always allow. And I couldn't hear you talking. So you go into your chat party. So you go to party screen. And then party settings. And then you'll see the voice to be allowed to be shared.
Gotta love some. Gotta love some good old technical difficulties.
I know, eh?
All right.
Oh. Okay, the PS5 I'm not sure about. Uh-oh.
And
Oh, he's back. There we go.
All right. Can we get something?
That's okay. I don't know. I got a PS4, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Denko. Maybe I should work on my English first before I step in this broadcast booth again.
Just got to lay out the sauce, buddy.
Well, unfortunately, some technical difficulties are probably gonna cut that interview short. Anyways, congratulations to Mr. Like Mike for the victory, and to the rest of the podium winners.
Yes, great racing, guys. It was awesome.
He has given a thank you, and with that, we will be wrapping up the stream. Be sure to turn in tomorrow at right around the same time, 7:30, for the B Sliders, where I will be racing. I don't even know where we're racing. Just tune in.
You need to know because I'm broadcasting.
Nah.
I'm just kidding. I think it's Dover. I think you guys might be racing at Dover.
If it is, don't expect me to be out front. I hate that track.
Okay, so don't ask you to be in-race reporter. Gotcha.
Yep.
So, like Mike, before you leave, it's the Sliders tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you have the opportunity of making that race tomorrow if you are available. It says to be Sliders, and the race is at 7:35. No, it is going to be at, I believe, they're at Dover. I could be wrong.
Yep, and
Okay.
that also
go ahead.
applies to Robbie Racing Guardian. No, wait. No,
No,
Steve.
no, that's only the B and the B guys.
Oh,
Right.
guys,
Three.
I literally just found the section where you allow your voice, but my bad.
All
That's
right, well,
okay.
we're continuing the broadcast. All righty.
Okay, well,
Okay.
if you got her going?
Just check.
I'm good
just
on
to
my
make,
end.
Just check
Okay.
to make sure I'm not dumb or something, or at least look dumb.
Yes, we are good. We are good.
Alrighty. Well, we do have our race winner for an interview now. So, at this point, just describe your race, because I'm honestly just describe how your race went again. So.
There you go.
Yes, so I started fourth. It was a good race. Starting up front really helped. Was finally able to prepare for this race and got a good starting position. Luckily, stayed out of trouble. Stayed up front the whole race. Me and the 11 car, and I think Guardian, who you just previously had on, we kind of pulled away the first half of the race. And then kind of used some pit strategy at the end, kind of short pitted, and was able to keep the lead and had a good race.
Yeah, you definitely went a bit risky going for the short pit from the lead. Will mention, like, you had a chance to sit out there and be the first car to run down anyone that did short pit, but you went for it first, and it paid off for you, grabbing the win. So good job to you there.
Yeah, it's kind of only a strategy that really works if you're leading. I've done it in other races before, and it's worked out if you're leading. So I figured, if I could get my pit stop right, it'd be hard to beat me.
Yeah, I mean, and you also timed it perfectly, because like another lap or two, and Robbie Racing probably gets by you there at the end. So.
Yeah, very possible.
So, thank you, and with that, we will now be wrapping up the broadcast. After one more chaotic interview sessions I've definitely had.
Me too.
Anyways, as I've said before, 7:30 Eastern tomorrow. Denkate's in the... Like Mike will be once again racing. And with that, we'll be...
On Dankate.
And we will see ya.